Welcome back to another Joytoy tip and trick tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to fix loose ball jointed necks or heads on newly purchased action figures. So for example, here is a Joytoy Airborne figure. If you notice, this is a bobblehead. Could be like a Funko bobblehead or something. It's absolutely terrible. But, there's nothing wrong with the figure. It's just the dimensions of the ball joint and the hole in the neck of the helmet is not done measured correctly. So it happens. Even from the larger brands, I've seen Hasbro and Mattel. You get them every now and then. So it's terrible. So here's a quick trick, I should say. Now these figures have neck joints too, but for example, this neck joint is fine. See, it does go forward and back. It's made to do that, but it doesn't swivel like that head. So as you can see, that the hole in this ball joint here are the issue. So I'm going to show you how to fix that real quick. So I went ahead and got my daughter to loan me some of her clear nail polish. And this is what she recommended. And I'm going to try it out. So all we want to do here is basically paint that ball on the neck all the way around. Get it on the top, all the way around. And you're going to let that sit. That should be nice and shiny, if you can see that in the video or not. It'll stay shiny. Almost like a wax, if you wax your car or something. Now if you're interested, my daughter picks this up at Walmart. I don't even know how much we pay for them. So if you're interested, it's just a base top. $1 or $2. You could have this thing forever. It'll probably dry up faster than you actually use it all on, figures that you find you need to use it on for this purpose. Okay, so we'll let that dry. I know nothing about nail polish, so my daughter says 2 to 3 minutes is pretty well dry, but it could be a little tacky. So, give it 5 minutes, check it, and if it's still tacky, give it another 5 minutes, and you should be good within like 10 minutes. So, because I went ahead, I have the problem with all 5 of these. Here's a set of 5. The problem with all 5 of these, same result, obviously. It's like somebody didn't calibrate their mold correctly. So I went ahead and fixed the first one. And here he is. As you can tell, no bobblehead effect anymore. That's his neck joint. You hear that? Listen close. That's almost like a well-tolerant joint. Well-tolerance joint, I should say. And it does not take away from the ability to turn the head. See that? Nice and tight. Very nice. Goes back to normal. So, for example, these figures, I will not be removing the heads at all, so there's no other heads. That's the head you get with this figure. So, so I guess one of the things you want to watch out for is playability. Now, with anything in with friction. You rub your hands on and off, they get warm. Same thing with your figure. If you do this trick and you just turn your head, you know, constantly over and over and over, now naturally you may wear off. Well, you will wear off the nail polish. I don't know how many turns, you know, how long it'll last, but it's a thicker, nail polish is a thicker substance, so it should last you a while. I don't recommend you heating it at all, because you're just going to melt the actual nail polish back to the liquid form, and then with the helmet being on, it'll probably bond to the helmet, almost like back to a factory seal, and you could break the joint if it dries. So you don't want to put this on basically when this is wet. You want it to it's dry. That way it's a good bonding from dry surfaces. Just don't heat this after you do it. Because like I said, if it was playability, it's going to wear off. So just do. And once it wears off, and if there's any excess, I don't know. I've never done it before. It's my first time. So it works for now, as you can see. It doesn't take away nothing. Just puts the figure back to a nice tolerance. I don't know how many head spins you're going to get or whatnot, but just do it again if you wear it off from play. And remember, if you're young and you have these, ask your mom and dad for help. Because nail polish is, you know, stinky and got chemicals in it. You want to ask your parents to help you. So I can start feeling this and get it's almost dry. You can feel it's smooth. There's nothing on my fingers. You know, you don't want to put too much. You don't necessarily want to get onto the neck joint, because once you put the head on, you'll never see that shiny ball. If you can see how shiny that is. It is also work for any other joints that has this type of system, ball joint system. And then I've seen some of the figures. I think I want to try this one day on my Haya. Colonial Marine has one of the legs like that. See if it works. But I gotta find him first. Yeah, so that's nice and dry. So you don't want to put any in the helmet, because that'll all do is it'll just bunch up in there and lay in there and make a mess and dry in there. So don't paint inside the hole. Paint your ball. Yeah, paint your ball, not your hole. That way there's no excess up in there. So just go ahead and see that pop on. How that was. That's the neck. Works out pretty good. Now sometimes it may take one or two coats depending on the dimensions of the shoulder ball joint. You may have had extra thickness, so it may not be the same case to case figure, but it works out pretty good for you. So if you guys like this tutorial, please subscribe, and I want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.